What's up everybody, welcome to the video today, and I'm going to be unboxing this mystery box that a YouTuber has sent me. It is filled with games and I cannot wait to get into it. The value of this box is around £100 as well, so of course I need to be answering the question, did I get scammed by this YouTuber or did I not? So shout out to Costromo as well, my co-host on the Trophy Hoarders podcast and obviously a very good friend for some time now. He's actually been kind enough to put this box together for me. I set a budget and I said, look mate, just have as much fun with this as you want. And he went to a really cool store as well up in Scotland. So this has traveled all the way from the beautiful land of Scotland. So of course make sure you are checking out Costromo, and why not check out the Trophy Hoarders podcast? It's a fortnightly podcast related around gaming and trophy content. So if you enjoy me and you enjoy him, you may as well watch it. So let's get into this. This is my first time ever unboxing something on the channel, and I want to build out my physical game collection as well, mainly with PS3 stuff. But yeah, it can be anything in here, so let's see what we've got. I'm not really too sure the best way on how to unbox this. I think it's good to see kind of maybe what's here. I'm probably going to switch between the camera angles to be honest, but this is the box that we've got, and it's unfortunately it's been thrown around by whoever was dealing with this. I think it was Parcel Force or DPD, so naughty. But let's try and think of the best way to get into this one. Maybe we go from the side and then we work upwards. Okay, so I've unboxed the box a really weird way. I've done it maybe upwards or downwards, but I've opened it so it's coming out like this, and we've got a note here that actually says spoilers. So I don't know if I should. Let's not open this spoilers thing, because I mean I think it might be at the bottom. I think it may be at the bottom. I think we've got some receipts here as well, so I'll put these all over to the side because we don't want to ruin anything. And oh mate, look at this. Look at this, we've got some caramel log biscuits. I'm assuming that this is a Scottish delicacy. I'm absolutely excited to get into what. Oh mate, these remind me of I think they're just called caramel bars or Caramac bars. They're like very similar to this, but they don't look as fancy. Mate, that is actually. Is this going to be the best thing in the mystery box? If we just, okay, let's put it like that maybe, right? Maybe like that, because then I can't really see what's in it. This is what I was on about, chat. These little caramel things here. This is what I was on about, the caramel bars. These are some of the nicest like things you can get. We actually do get these in England, but I've never seen the other caramel things before. So I'm actually really excited to to get into this. All right, as well, and we've got some. I should probably do like the things down here first, maybe. Okay, and we've also got some other goodies. We've got some Mrs. Tilly's, which looks like it is it fudge? Is it? Has he packed me some fudge? Famous Scottish tablet, it says there. Mate, this is actually so sick. Alrighty, so I've cleared out the desk here, and then we've actually got a really nice note here from Costromo, the man himself. So I think I don't think I can read it upside down, so I'm actually just going to go onto the main camera and just read it out. Heyo, included you'll find 14 games and some good Scottish snacks. You can probably get them in England, but enjoy. I also included the receipts in case there's any issues for any reason for each game. That is a humongous W there, because I have had some issues before when buying things, mainly off eBay, but I had some issues when buying PS3 games especially, and the disc didn't work for some reason. So that's actually a very tiny detail, but an awesome detail that he's actually included the receipts there, so shout out to Chris. And PS, I wanted to include some Iron Brew and Turnox tea cakes, but there wasn't enough room, Chris. So that's just a lovely note there from the man, the myth, the legend, Costromo himself. And luckily we can get tea cakes and also Iron Brew in the UK, but the other caramel log things I have never seen before, so super excited. This is what we're dealing with here. So I'm actually so excited to do this. I'm so excited to get into this. I do apologize if like the quality of this video isn't the best. I've never really unboxed anything on the channel. Mate, what is this? This is like the thickest piece of tape ever. I've never really unboxed things properly on the channel. I've done like a live stream of me breaking some Dragon Ball Z stuff, some like trading cards, but in terms of like games and whatnot, I've never actually unbox things here. So what's the best way? I think probably the best way to do it is face it this way so we can't see. I'm just going to do a little lift and shift there. And yeah, they should stay balanced up. they should stay balanced up, okay? Okay, right, so I think probably let's just get out the game that we can actually see the thingy for. So we've actually got, maybe if I just put these to the side here, then I can actually display this here. So we have got, oh wow, we've got Metal Gear Solid 4 here. Sorry, I'm watching this on the camera and I'm having to like unbox this upside down so you can tell how much a noob I am at this. But we've got Metal Gear Solid 4 on PS3 and it's actually got this like a case of it as well. So this is yeah, really good quality, and obviously I can just move it over here as well. So I didn't actually know that this existed with the case itself, and Chris has managed to pick this up for 6 British Raheem Sterling pound coins. And let's just do the sort of, I guess, the unboxing of the game itself, because I know people love seeing this. And oh, look at this. That manual's looking really clean as well. So not really too fussed about the disc. We just assume that the disc is always fine. But yeah, we've got these 2 things here, which is pretty nice, and I'll just do it on the big screen as well. But this is like a really good quality in terms of manuals, and I do love looking into manuals as well, because you can kind of just see the sort of detail, and you don't really get this too much with newer games. You don't really get these nice manuals and sort of the artworks and things like that. So that's actually a really cool thing to start off, and I have a feeling that Chris has included this game because recently on the Trophy Hoarders podcast I was speaking about me playing the Death Stranding game. Obviously Kojima made that, and I'm pretty sure he's the gentleman responsible for the Metal Gear games, and I've never played a Metal Gear game properly, in all honesty. I think I've played like the introduction of Metal Gear 5, I think, maybe. I just remember crawling through a hospital, and I think I've played one with a person with silver hair and it's all like robots, so I'm not really too sure what they entail, but I'm looking forward to trying that out, because now that I'm a fan of Kojima's work with Death Stranding, hopefully I enjoy this. Alright, so next game, what have we got here? I'm loving how this stack is kind of staying upright over here as well. Alright, let's I say that as the stack is completely fallen. Okay, so I've put all of the games just off camera, but they're upside down so I can't see them. And I guess I'll just keep a pile of the games, I don't know, maybe somewhere over here. But I kind of want to clean up the space for what we're looking at next. So we've got, oh, this is kind of shiny. We've got Riddick. What is this bad boy? So we've got Chronicles of Riddick, Assault on Dark Athenia. Is this? I think I remember this is like a movie, isn't it? I think there's like a trilogy of these movies potentially. But yeah, so this is what it's looking like on the front. And I do apologize, the light system probably isn't the best because you're probably getting a little bit of a reflection of me, which isn't what you want to see. But again, quality of this looks really cool. And this actually says that it's got 2 great games included as well, which is actually really awesome. We just head back over to the box itself here. Again, wow, this is really nice quality, made by Atari as well. Shout out to Atari. And again, a pretty good looking manual there. So that's what the box is looking like. It seems like there's like an alternate print as well on the inside as well. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know this existed. It'll be interesting to know if any of these games have platinum trophies available. This tag here that says PS3 leads me to believe that it may not have a platinum trophy, but it could probably be quite a cool game. And we can see that this actually cost £10, so quite expensive actually. I think this is going to be one of those games where it's like a movie tie-in game, and as time passes I feel like the price probably goes up. But for 2 games in one that I've never played, excited to take a look at this one. I'm again really excited with that one. Alright, up next for our next game, I'm intrigued to see what this one is. Is this like The Darkness or something? Let's flip this over. Oh, nice. This is Resistance, Fall of Man, and I'm grateful that Chris shipped this on pretty much next day delivery, all the way from Scotland. I'm so impressed that it managed to come down so quickly, you know. But anyway, I was actually looking at the Resistance games because I'm actually quite interested in just playing through the trilogy. I'm not necessarily worried about platinum trophies and stuff, but I think this game is from like 2006, so it's like pretty much a launch title. And yeah, it'll be interesting to know if Chris has included any of the other Resistance games or he's just thrown in the first one, because I think this one may not have any trophies at all. And I think these games did have multiplayer on them, so they may be unobtainable as well. But again, let's take a look at this manual. There's a little Kex voucher there, so we won't look at that too much. Just close that one off so we don't get any spoilers there. Okay, I mean, as manuals go, it's probably the shortest manual ever. It's not really the... it's just an officer's journal. I don't even know if this is... I mean, it is obviously a manual, but it's probably one of the weaker manuals that I've ever seen as well. And I didn't realise that this is made by Insomniac Games as well, which they've come a long way from making this to obviously Spider-Man, which is pretty cool. But this is Resistance, and Chris managed to get this for £1 as well. So that's pretty good going there. We can just take a look at the box art as well, which is pretty cool. I'm excited to go into this because it feels like this is probably like the equivalent of Halo as well. So there is actually a CEX like receipt thing included in this. This receipt is from 2023 actually. So whoever traded this game in, because Chris actually went to a gaming store to pick up a lot of these games, like a dedicated retro store, and then he also went over to CEX to pick up some other bits as well. So this game has come from that retro shop. I'm sure I would have put the name of it somewhere, but I don't actually know off the top of my head. And as we can see, this is from Falkirk High Street, so the CEX there. And I just want to make sure I don't show whoever's card details this is, because this is obviously a random stranger. It's weird that they've included this, but they've got a... You probably can't see that, so I'll just read it out actually. So whoever traded in this Resistance Fall of Man copy, they obviously brought the Resistance Fall of Man. They brought Resistance Free, Deadpool, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Danger of the Ooze. And we can kind of just see the stuff there. So it was £8 for the Teenage Mutant game, £15 for Deadpool. I guess the PS3 version is maybe a little bit more common, but that price definitely may have shot up now in 2025 and 4. Resistance Free for £4, and then Resistance Fall of Man for £1. They brought it for. So I mean, it's funny that I'm assuming Chris paid £1 for this, so it seems that it's held its value somewhat as well. But let's move on to the next game that we've got then, and we've got Ninja Gaiden here, and is that Ninja Gaiden? Yeah, Ninja Gaiden 2. Awesome stuff there. Okay, how's the... Again, complete in box as well. Oh, look at this manual. This is such a drastic difference to the Resistance Fall of Man. I can't even get this out. This is how big this is. Nice little bit of inside artwork there as well, but look at that as well. This is, again, a really chunky artwork, quite detailed as well. I'm just going to switch over to the other camera then. So this is how it's looking. Ninja Gaiden 2, nice big artwork there, and it seems that he's picked this up for £8. I thought this was on Xbox, if I'm being completely honest. I didn't realise... was it on Xbox? I don't know. I mean, it definitely was on PS3, but I know there's a few different versions of Ninja Gaiden 2. So there's Ninja Gaiden... Is this... Yeah, so this is Ninja Gaiden Sigma. So there was Ninja Gaiden 2, and then they made Sigma, which I think came after, and they just tweaked the game a little bit, and I don't know if they made it easier or harder, but I mean, this is still probably a 10 out of 10 game in terms of platinum difficulty. So it'll be interesting to go back and see how this one holds up, because I have actually started playing Ninja Gaiden 2. Is it Ninja Gaiden 2 Black on PS5? So it's like the remake. So it'll be interesting to see what the difference is, but I'm still kind of working through the one on the PS5 as well. But that's... again, really cool game to have there. And again, I would imagine that the value of this game probably would have went up a little bit more if they didn't remake it ever so recently. But yeah, that's a really good pickup there. Really, really good find. For our next game, we have got Ninja Gaiden Sigma. Nice. And this one has actually come from a CEX, I believe. So I like that Chris is keeping within the franchise here. And again, we've got a nice little chunky manual there. And I think just for consistency, what I'm going to start doing is I think I'm just going to start showing them on this big screen, because I'm not necessarily pulling them out of a box. We don't need to see me pull it and put it on that screen. I think probably the video may look a little bit better here. So apologies for the change on this. So this, is this number 1? So Ninja Gaiden Sigma. So I'm assuming this is just the first one. But as I said, this Sigma means that they've slightly changed things about the game to potentially make it a little bit better. And yeah, again, complete in box. This is a really good condition, actually. This yeah, surprising as well, because it's come from CEX. A lot of the time you just get a disgusting case. All right, so moving with the new format, probably halfway into the video here. So what do we want to see? Haze for £2. Nice. So again, this is pretty much near to a launch title. And this box is a little bit fuzzy. This has come from not a CEX, and it's again, manual. Oh, shout out to Assassin's Creed there. Again, the manual. What's it looking like? Pretty not the nicest manual, in the sense of like it's like black and white, like in comparison to the other color ones. But yeah, I've never actually played Haze, and I mean, for such a cheap price, I think it's probably something that I definitely should. And this is just like a little bit of a look at the back of the box there. So again, I've for some reason I've never played it. I feel like it's quite a janky game, so I guess it's going to be an interesting one for me to play. Up next, I mean, I can see the back of it, so it gives it away, but you can't. Dragon Ball Z Burst Limit. So I think this is one of the few Dragon Ball Z games that I actually kind of played more so with my uncle. I know that my 200th platinum trophy, I got Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi. So I think in my head I probably should have done this at the start of games that I was almost hoping, like games that I haven't brought and I was hoping to get, and Dragon Ball Z is definitely a franchise in there. I'm hoping we may see some Final Fantasy. I'm not too sure though. I'm not too sure, because I do have quite a few already. But yeah, Dragon Ball Z Burst Limit, this has come from CEX, and I've not seen this one in my local one for some time. I don't see any of the Dragon Ball games, if I'm being honest, in the local CEX. But yeah, this is Dragon Ball Burst Limit. Unfortunately, there is no manual with this one, which is kind of sad. I don't think... Oh. Box was a little bit busted there. I don't think this has a platinum. I'm not too sure if this has a platinum. I guess we'll find out if it does or if it doesn't. But yeah, it's in terms of the artwork, it's a pretty cool artwork. And yeah, as I said, I remember playing this one with my uncle just a little bit. More so than the other classic Dragon Ball games from the PS3 era. Alright, keeping with consistency then, I've just seen the back of the box here, and we've got Dragon Ball Z, the Battle of Z as well. And I didn't actually know that this game, one, existed, and secondly was on PlayStation 3. Just from when like the Battle of Z movie came out, I don't know, of course it was still at the PS3 generation, but I never realised that this came out then. And we got... Okay, nice. We've got complete in box there as well. So just take a little look-see here at the manual. Again, super nice and colourful. Unfortunately, it's got not much inside of it, not much colour there. But yeah, I mean the artwork on it is pretty clean, I do have to say. It's even got Super Saiyan. Is it Super Saiyan 4 or Super Saiyan God? I'm assuming it's Super Saiyan God, but it looks like Super Saiyan 4 on there. So yeah, that's team up with Dragon Ball Z. I know that this platinum is still obtainable. It does have some online trophies, and I'm kind of in the process of like working my way through a bunch of the older Dragon Ball games and their platinums at the minute. I've done Raging Blast 1, but I need to just do the rest of the campaign, but I've done the online stuff. So potentially, I did say that I wouldn't do Battle of Z, but now that I have it, I guess it's rude not to do. But that's having these two games back to back is a humongous W. So Costromo, he's done a good job so far. He's done a very good job. All right, the next game that we've got then is Dragon Age Origins. This one's feeling quite heavy. Feeling quite heavy in the box. So I'm hoping it's got got a nice big manual there, and from the maker of Mass Effect. See, I knew that EA made this game, but I, for some reason, I didn't put two and two together that it's actually the people that did Mass Effect. And just taking a look at the complete inbox there, we've got a nice little code that most definitely doesn't work. Two codes actually that probably don't work. But yeah, I mean, let's take a look at the more so just the manual again. Pretty plain, but nice artwork there, and actually really good looking condition for the box and manual. And this was picked up for £3 as well, so super cheap. I've never played the Dragon Age games, and it's one of those franchises that I do kind of want to try. And I think the newest one that came onto PlayStation Plus, I have it downloaded. I've just not started it yet. But yeah, it's I'm looking forward to playing that. Again, I don't know what to expect, and I think this is probably the better one of the franchise. I think I could be wrong though. All right, so we've got a PS4 title up next, and this is Final Fantasy, isn't it? Final Fantasy Dissidia, is it? Dissidia Final Fantasy NT, and he picked this one up for £5, and of course, I mean, being a PlayStation 3 game, you're not going to get a manual. You're just going to kind of get like the slips that come in there. But taking a look at the back there, we've got Enter the Arena, Legends Await, and we've got a nice bit of Cloud and Sephiroth on there as well. If I'm being completely honest, I'm not too sure what Dissidia is. It says on the back that it's a 3v3 team battle, unique bravery combat system. So I'm assuming this is kind of just like a fighting game of all of the Final Fantasy characters. I know that this game exists, but I don't know anything about it, if that makes sense. I thought it was a PSP game, or I know there was one on PSP, but didn't know that it existed, sorry, and I feel like that's a little bit of a hidden gem. And you may be able to see he picked that one up for £5 as well, so that's super cool. All right, up next we have got Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, the original. So I've pretty much got every single Call of Duty bar Modern Warfare 1. I don't think this one has a platinum, but I think it's a good one to have in the collection. If you saw my tier list video recently, I did actually rank the platinum trophy for the remastered edition and put it down quite low. But yeah, we've got a complete inbox here. I mean, again, I'm not really expecting anything from a Call of Duty manual. It'll be pretty basic there, but it's a good like OG one to have, because Call of Duty, £2 by the way from CEX, Call of Duty 4 was kind of like, I know people really liked World at War, but considering this one came beforehand, it's almost like the one that kickstarted and started to make Call of Duty relevant, especially with like relevant, there we go, especially with like the multiplayer as well. So this is where like a lot of people got introduced to it. I think my first multiplayer game actually was Modern Warfare 2, I think. Well, no, I can't remember. I think I got Modern Warfare 2 but wasn't allowed to play it, so I think I ended up playing I think I played Modern Warfare first, but Modern Warfare 2 was out, and it's like I had to play this one first to convince my parents to let me get Modern Warfare 2. And then eventually played Modern Warfare 2 because it was just a far superior game. But yeah, nice pickup there to complete the collection there. All right, next up we've got Brutal Legend. Is this a Jack Black game? Is it Jack Black? Jack Black as Eddie Riggs. Yeah, nice. So this again, I thought this would be more expensive. £4 he got this one for, and again complete in box, which is really nice to see there. I mean, in terms of manual, pretty basic, black and white, nothing too special, but overall in good nick. I think this may actually have a platinum trophy. I think if it does, I think it may be grindy, but I feel like I've looked at this before and that's all I've done. I've just had like a little look-see-loo about it, but yeah, excited to give that one a try as well, because I think the really good thing that Chris has done here is he's got games that he knows that I've not played, sort of thing, which is like, there's been so many games on the PlayStation 3 era, so I'm just kind of going through a phase of when I'm playing games, I'm just going back and playing things that I didn't necessarily experience when they were out, probably because I didn't have any money as a kid, and I just, have a couple of titles like FIFA or Call of Duty, for instance. We're on to our second to last game, and we've got Assassin's Creed Rogue here. So if I remember rightly, do let me know down below, but £3.50, this game came out alongside Assassin's Creed Black Flag, was it, on PS4? And this was kind of like, they couldn't make this game on, oh sorry, they couldn't make Black Flag on PS3, so they had to make kind of like a separate game. I do believe this has been remastered actually on PS4, but we've just got the Question the Creed there. Unfortunately, the box has got some, you may not be able to see it, but it's got some kind of, funnily enough, like a bit of a rip on the sword there, unless it's a really good effect. But yeah, just a slight bit of warping on the case, but it is complete in box, so nothing that we can't fix with one of the many cases. And I think this is probably the shortest manual I've ever seen. 1 page, 2 page, and 3 pages. So that's, I mean, it's a very interesting manual, but it's very nice to have that complete in box there. And again, one of the few Assassin's Creed games that I don't have. I think I've got the majority of them bar this one. Finish off the list, we have got, there we go, look at this. For £2, we've got the original Assassin's Creed as well, and I like this. I really do like this. Again, I have all of them, and it's like almost weird that I don't have the first one. And I mean, the condition of this box as well is pretty good, I would have to say. And there's just like the look at the back of that as well. It says pre-owned, no idea. I'm assuming that's just the store sticker. And then there we go, look at that. We've got the box. A little bit more of a bigger manual here in comparison to the other one, but again, nothing too fancy in that game manual because it is in black and white. But yeah, I did play this game. I played it around my uncle's. This was like when he had like the fat PS4, when he had the fat PS3. This was one of the games that he had, and I just remember playing it around his house, around my nan's house where he lived at the time. So yeah, definitely a proper OG PlayStation 3 launch title. Really good condition, and super happy to have that one as part of the collection. Alright, so let's go through all of the games then, and I don't know what the best way to do this is, so maybe if I could just show them in a stack. So this is, I guess, like the second half, the second stack of everything, and then this is the other stack. So we've got a lot of games as well. I believe the total for everything that you're seeing here came to about £73, I think, and then we obviously had to pay some for the shipping and packing and things like that. So pretty much came up to more or less £100 if we round up. That's what YouTubers do, right? But I mean, for £73, right, we've got a bunch of games. How many? Let me count how many games we've got. Included, you'll find 14 games, and so we've got 14 games here. And for £73, I can't really complain at all. £73 for these games, some great quality games, and I mean, realistically, that's the cost of one game in this modern era here. But yeah, some really exciting titles here that I need to try out. I think in order of priority of things that I'm going to play, actually, I know I'm kind of going through my PS3 kick, but I'm actually really intrigued to try out Final Fantasy Dissidia, because I just have no idea what that's about. And especially even in this pile here, I think like this whole mystery box has been a humongous W, by the way, but these are obviously the older PlayStation 3 titles here. So I'm really excited to try out Resistance Fall of Man. Obviously try out the Ninja Gaiden games to see how they stack up, and obviously Metal Gear as well is going to be an interesting experience, and the Chronicles of Riddick as well, having both of those games, and also Haze as well. I mean, I know a little bit about Haze, but the other ones not so much. And then from this pile here, again, we've got some of the older sort of PS3 things here, but I may jump into Dragon Ball Battle Z to potentially do those online trophies before they go offline. But I mean, from this stack here, I'm going to say that I'm going to be eyeing up definitely Dragon Age and probably Brutal Legends first, and then potentially Assassin's Creed Rogue. I've been playing a lot of the Dragon Ball games at the minute, so I kind of don't want to burn myself out too much on them. So yeah, some really good choices here. And I was kind of half expecting Chris to just put in like a FIFA, like FIFA 10 or something for 50 pence, because it'd just be funny. But yeah, this is the entire stack of games in total. So got 14 games, 13 of these games PlayStation 3, and then we've got one of them being a PlayStation 4 title. I mean, overall, I mean, this is awesome. This is really awesome. You're not going to get this level of you know, if you're ordering a mystery box online, it's always guaranteed to be a risk of what you're going to get, and I feel like this is sick. There's a bunch of games, and I think it does help that Chris does know me almost better to myself sometimes. He knows how I feel about certain games and like what I'm in the mood for and things like that. As you probably see on the Trophy Hoarders podcast, it's almost like we finish each other's sentences. But yeah, yeah, like even the Metal Gear, right? Metal Gear 4 with like it being a Kojima game, really excited to try it just because he knows that I've recently done Death Stranding, as I mentioned earlier on in the video. But yeah, so yeah, waffling a little bit too much, but that is of course the mystery box, and I think that's a pretty W mystery box. Do let me know down below what you think of it. Have you played any of these games? And I don't know, maybe we could do this more if people are interested in me sending £100 to somebody and saying, right, go crazy. You could send me one game and keep the other £99 and scam me, but it's good to say that we didn't get scammed, and yeah, really happy with everything here. Most importantly as well, we did get some Scottish delicacies as well, so I'm really excited to try some of these. And then just mentioned at the very start of the video we had the spoiler warning, so let's just have a little look at this here then. So oh mate, look at this. Oh, fantastic. So there was me talking about all of the trophies and whatnot. So Assassin's Creed 1, no trophies. Only 2 AC games have on PS3 have platinum trophies, and they're already in my collection. Assassin's Creed Rogue is a 3 out of 10 35-hour platinum. £10 cheaper than the PS4 version, and the plat's actually rarer, so yeah. And then we've got Brutal Legends up next. So it's a 4 out of 10 platinum. It is 30 hours to get the platinum. Jack Black, the video game, supposed to be a fun game. So yeah, I mean 30 hours as well seems pretty reasonable to me. In terms of getting a platinum trophy. We've got COD 4, no trophies, but I've got Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, hence why he's purchased that one for me, and I'm in complete agreement, completing the set. Dissidia, the Final Fantasy game, so this is actually a 6 out of 10, 200 hours, and he's put, it's Final Fantasy. And mate, that's going to go. I've got a nice little collection over to the side of me of a bunch of Dragon Ball Z and Final Fantasy games, so going to make some room and put those from this collection here into that as well. We've got Dragon Age Origins up next. It's a 4 out of 10 difficulty for the platinum, 80 hours, and the best Dragon Age game as well. Next up, we've got Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z, and this is a 4 out of 10 and 60 hours, and it's Dragon Ball Z. So he knows my preferences of what I've liked, so that's why he's put them in. Dragon Ball Z Burst Limit has no trophies, which I think I did say. I think this is the one that doesn't have trophies because it was one of the first ones. And then up next we've got Haze. This one doesn't have any trophies, but was dubbed the Halo Killer. I think I said that about, not Halo Killer, but I think I said that about Resistance, didn't I? It was like a Halo kind of equivalent. We've got Metal Gear Solid 4. It's an 8 out of 10, 80 hours. Can't have a PS3 collection without one of the highest rated games. Is it really one of the highest rated games? I didn't actually know that, which is really interesting and really cool to get that in the collection. The case as well, sort of like the sleeve that it goes in. I mean, of course it's going to be battered because it's an old game, but it's actually like really sick to have it just in a sleeve because I think it makes it look 10 times cleaner. Then we've got Ninja Gaiden Sigma. This one has no trophies. But back in the Valentine's Day episode of the Trophy Hoarders podcast, I were enjoying Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, so thought the OG would be a good purchase. And then he's got Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, 10 out of 10, 60 hours, and had to buy both, so completing the collection there. Completely agree with you on that one, mate. Resistance 1 has no trophies, an Insomniac game set in England during an alien invasion. I think I know one of the next games I'm probably going to stream, actually. I think it's going to be Resistance. I'm going to take a little investigation to see about Resistance 2 and 3 and see what's happening with the trophies on that and whether they're still obtainable or not. I think they might be, but do let me know if you know ahead of time. But I think I'm probably going to stream a lot of these games that we're seeing in this collection here. And then we've got the Chronicles of Riddick, and I was not expecting this. This is a 10 out of 10. 120 hours, and it's actually 2 games and a super underrated one of the best movie to game adaptations. So I mean, it's obviously 120 hours because It's 2 games, so we can maybe say it's 60 hours per collection potentially. So yeah, we've just got all of the goodies there, and it makes sense that the Chronicles of Riddick game is maybe not a 10 out of 10. I wasn't expecting that. I did know it was difficult. I didn't know it was that high. I thought maybe it was an 8 or something. But 120 hours definitely makes sense considering it's 2 games in 1. And it's interesting to see that Chris has said it's one of the better movie adaptations that's gone into a video game, because I've played a few and they're not the best. It's kind of like they're memes when movies have a video game after them. So yeah, very, very interesting. I'm actually really excited to try all of these games here, and also potentially stream quite a lot of them as well. And I mean, if anything, this is just the note as well. And I mean, Chris has some of the nicest handwriting you will see. It's really nice. And whenever we're recording a Trophy Hoarders podcast episode, brother just brings out a notepad full of pristine notes of what he's been playing and what, you know, what we want to talk about and things like that. So if you need a note keeper or something like that, Chris is the guy. But yeah, I mean, if anything, right, going from this list here, I think he's probably hinting at me to get a 10 out of 10 platinum. And I know on the podcast I did say that this year we both will try and get a 10 out of 10 platinum. I think the easiest option would be Wolfenstein 2, the Mein Leben run, potentially even Fall Guys, but that's a bit of a cheese one. But yeah, there's a lot of 10 out of 10s here, so let's see how I get on. But with all of that said, that has been a mystery box from a YouTuber, aka Costromo, the boy Chris. Thank you so much, dude. I really do appreciate this. And if you've watched this video this far, please do make sure that you're subscribing to Chris's channel as well. He does make a lot of platinum content and also sort of focuses in on like trophy challenges as well, not necessarily always the platinum. But yeah, he's go check him out. Really do appreciate him taking the time as well to put together this mystery box. Absolutely legendary. So there we go, that is the £100 mystery box created by YouTuber, and I think it's fair to say that I didn't get scammed, and I also got some tasty treats as well. So thank you so much, Costromo. I really do appreciate this, and if you haven't subscribed already, please go to his channel, links in the description, and drop my boy a sub. If you do want to see more mystery box content, let me know. I can potentially reach out to some other YouTubers, or I can get some, I don't know, I can get my mum to do it. That would probably be pretty interesting. She'd probably end up buying me a PS1 game or something that's just not even a real game. But yeah, do let me know if you want to see some more physical collection stuff like that. It's something a little bit different from the actual gaming side and doing challenges. Really happy with this, and once again, man, just thank you for Chris for being on board with facilitating this idea of the kind of content that I wanted to make for this month at least. But that's me being rambling on. I hope you did enjoy this collection video, and make sure you're checking the channel. I do stream on YouTube, and I do also stream once a week on Twitch, and you may actually see some of these games being streamed, so make sure you follow me on Twitch and just turn the notifications on over on the YouTube. But with all of that said, everyone, thank you so much and stay safe. I also feel like it's probably fair for me, just as a little bit of bonus content, to try one of these caramel logs, because I've never tried one before. And I mean, if we're doing physical unboxings of mystery boxes, I may as well just turn into a food channel as well. Yeah, so it basically looks like a Nature Valley bar. Like the bag is just full of like crumbs basically. Okay, so I tried to break it in half. It kind of looks like a fish finger, if I'm being honest here, but it is kind of like, it's got the wafers inside and it is kind of like sticky in the middle, maybe like chewy, I could say. But I just kind of wanted to break it to see if it was like a Nature Valley bar. It has got some strength to it. That's quite tasty actually. I can't remember what it tastes like, but it tastes like something. It feels like there's a bit of coconut in there. I don't know if there is coconut in it, but it feels like there's some coconut flakes. It's really weird, like the looks of that are quite deceiving. It kind of doesn't look like it would be nice. It kind of looks like a Nature Valley bar and a fish finger have had a child. So I'll tell you what though, I think I need to get up to Scotland, because these do get the seal of approval. I know like Scottish food is basically just deep fried everything, right? I dread to think how many calories that I'm actually consuming in this bar. I almost don't want to look. It's probably quite a lot, but I think I need to get up to Scotland because this was tasty. And I'm sure there's probably a lot more other foods that I've not tried yet. But anyway, a little bonus section for you. There's me trying the, what's it called? The caramel log. Obviously, I'm not going to try these caramel wafer thin biscuits because it's basically the same thing as this, but this has obviously got a bit more of like a log coating, we should say. And then as well, just the famous fudge there. I think that's, you know, just pretty much fudge. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this little bonus section. If you want me to turn into a food review channel, do let me know. But anyways, see you later. Bye bye.